So yes, it looks like DJI is working on a 360 camera. A bunch of images have leaked in the run-up to the Insta360 X5 launch. This is X3, by the way. But I think something in me just says it was probably intentional, or maybe it happened on purpose to get the people that were going to be buying the X5 to pump the brakes. With the huge success of the Osmo Pocket 3, this could be a really incredible 360 camera. So the question lies, is it worth holding off buying the Insta360 X5 for the Osmo 360 camera, which is what it's going to be rumored to be called? So in this video, I'm going to try and break that down, give you my thoughts, and we'll figure out whether it's worth waiting for the Osmo 360. So as I said earlier, it looks like these images were leaked around the same time as the rumors for the Insta360 X5 were kind of floating around. Of course, the X5 has now launched. I made a few little videos about it, and many people in the comments had mentioned that they wanted to hold off for DJI's version of the 360 camera. So I looked into it a little bit more, and the images are quite interesting. It looks like DJI is going for a cross between the Insta360 form factor of the long 360 camera, along with the form factor of the GoPro Max, which is GoPro's 360 camera as well. So it's somewhere in between. It's not quite square. It's a little bit vertical. It looks like it has a bit of a screen on it, and then a couple of buttons, very similar to the form factors, you know, a record button, maybe a menu button, and a power button as well. The same sort of stuff that we're used to seeing with the action cameras. Another notable thing that a lot of people that are in the know have mentioned about these images is that they are using some sort of a mirror prism system with the lenses, a same sort of system that Insta360 has been using, which has led people to believe that this is actually going to be a serious competitor to the Insta360. Another unique, interesting point is that the bottom of this action camera, or the 360 camera, has 4 different contact points, kind of similar to that of the mic systems that DJI does. So there are thoughts that potentially that could be used for additional powered accessories. Perhaps there could be a battery accessory and maybe various other ones. Along with the images of the camera prototype, a few pages of a user manual have been leaked as well. They give us information on the Wi-Fi model and the Bluetooth version that they're using, but that shows that they're definitely dealing with some of the latest technology here. So then the question lies is, are they actually going to make this 360 camera? We still don't know. There's no confirmation or solid information that they're going to put this into production. It seems like it's very much a prototype. Could they do it? I reckon so, quite easily. You know, they make the action camera and they also make, of course, the Osmo Pocket 3 and then all the drones. It seems like they're well set up to make a 360 camera. There have been questions about the price point, where that would sit, whether it would be in between the Insta360 and the GoPro Max. From my understanding, GoPro Max is the cheaper of the two models now. That version has been out for a long time. Now, I'm pretty certain DJI would make an insane 360 action camera. However, my real question lies with the software. I think these cameras are really awesome. The hardware is really good. But the issue for me has always been software. Now, of course, GoPro makes really great action cameras. So you'd think that they would make a great 360 camera. And many people do use it. Like, a lot of productions use it as well. So the quality is definitely there, although it's not 8K like the Insta360 X5. It is 5.7K, I believe. And the image quality is pretty good. However, the problems that I had with it personally was the software. I found that the GoPro desktop software wasn't very good, and the app was just lacking a lot of features. Whereas the Insta360, once I got that, I realized that they were paying so much more attention to the software side of things, which makes it much easier to use the 360 footage and use it in a practical manner. A lot of people aren't putting it on their computer and reframing it, so they want an app that's seamless and fluid. And the Insta360 app really is that. And I actually found that their desktop version was actually really easy to use as well. So I think that's the kind of deal breaker for me. And so far with the Osmo Pocket and the action camera, I found that the Mimo app that DJI uses has been quite user-friendly, quite intuitive. However, it does have an editing feature. I believe it's called Light Cut. I haven't had any reason to use it, and when I have used it, I didn't think it was that good. So I'd imagine with a 360 camera, DJI would have to create a whole nother element to this app that would help you reframe the image and post it quite well. I think DJI does make good software. Whether they would be willing to dive into that for the market of 360 cameras, I'm not quite sure. And then of course, they would have to create probably, I'd imagine, a desktop application as well, which I would assume is not a small task. Of course, DJI is a massive company, so perhaps they have the funds to do it and they'd be willing to take the risk. But with all of this madness about tariffs that's been going on within the US market, I wonder if they would think twice about whether it's feasible to continue with this design and manufacture a product like this. So the question then is, do you wait for DJI's 360 camera, or do you buy the new Insta360 X5 or get a hold of something else? Of course, GoPro is rumored to be releasing their next version of the 360 camera, so we'll see what that's like. From my perspective, I think I would love a DJI version of a 360 camera. I'm sure they're going to do an incredible job if they decide to make it, but that is the question, if and when. There's no solid dates, there's no solid rumors of it being put into production. So my thoughts would be, if you're looking to get the latest and greatest, I would probably get the Insta360 X5. Now, I made another video about that linked in the description down below, and I'll put it at the end of this video as well. I do think that camera was way overhyped by a bunch of paid influencers. However, it does seem like it's a significant upgrade from the Insta360 X3, and I probably will be buying that version as well, instead of waiting for the DJI Osmo 360 camera. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, or if you want to just chime in and start a dialogue, that would be awesome. Subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.